Welcome to Quick About It.
Welcome to Heard About It.
Hello, everyone.
It's another week of Heard About It.
Hello, everyone.
What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Heard
Hello,
About It.
everyone. Happy New Year from us at Heard About It. Hello, everyone. We're back.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Heard About It.
Welcome back, everyone.
We're back. Heard About It is back. Hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
Well,
Welcome
folks,
to the final episode.
the final Heard after 33 episodes.
33. So this is 34.
I think this is 33.
This is
Counting
33.
this after 33 episodes,
I don't know.
multiple sets,
Multiple seasons.
audio directors, multiple seasons going from no audio directors to Jason to Kieran to back to none to different sets to different setups. We are finally drawing a close on the chapter of this show.
It's been a fun ride.
It's been very fun, but we wanted to end it
I've learned a
well.
lot. That's
We got a lot planned for you. We want to do our last movie review because we both watched Fantastic Four, and we do want to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about, because we won't be here to talk about it. So what are video games? What are movies going to look like in the future? You know, because we won't be there to talk about it, unfortunately. So we want to talk about that with y'all. So let's get started. Do you want to start with Fantastic Four, Jack?
Yeah.
Let's start with Fantastic Four.
What did you think?
I liked it. I think it's a solid, if I do an out of 5 rating, because I like to, 3.5.
3.5.
3.5. Really strong entry
I'd
into
give
the
it a 3.
MCU. You give it a 3? I think that's fair. I think it's a really strong entry to the MCU. I think it's trying to do something very different. It doesn't look like every other Marvel movie, which I appreciate. And I think that's a great example. It was a great example of Marvel using the multiverse well.
Yeah.
Because it is saying, hey, because of the multiverse, we can do a different aesthetic and a different look that not the other movies have. And we can just say, oh, it's a different universe. And it's just a great writing tool for the director to say, let's create this this 1960s retro futuristic look of New York. Right? I mean, so I like that.
It was cool. I like the aesthetic a lot of the
Yes.
movie. I thought the music was really good. Michael Geach, he's always good.
He's always good.
Very stylized, as we've said. He's a
Yes.
very stylized
Very
composer.
stylized. They went very practical, which I like that. Herbie was like, the robot is very real. I like things. And then I thought the casting was great. I thought everyone played their parts really well, and they played off each other.
I was
really
surprised by Pedro's portrayal of
It
Mr. Fantastic.
bothered me how good he was at Pedro, as Pedro Pascal, how good he was as Mr. Fantastic and as Reed Richards. Because Reed, and I said, that doesn't mean like he wasn't the only thing. The script writers understood Reed very well.
Yes,
They had a very good
very
understanding. Reed is very much like this computer brain who's just always thinking about the
possibilities.
and like what's the right thing to do. And so human emotion isn't always Reed's strong suit. And I feel like they handled that really well in that, but not in the Tony Stark way where he's very snarky and sarcastic, but more in this way of like
Kind of like Abed.
Abed. No, yeah, he's just
From
kind of like
Community.
closed off. Like he's kind of has this kind of robotic way to him just because he has such a scientific brain. And I thought Pedro did a lot with that and did a really good job with that. But no, everyone was great. But what would you say your big complaint is? It like you give it a 3 because
The final fight with Galactus was the kind of the weakest fight in a superhero movie I've almost ever seen.
I think it's not their fault they're on. It's hard to choreograph combat against
Him, which I understand. There was
sorry.
There's problems with the fact that we saw spoilers for the movie.
We're gonna do spoiler warning
Yeah.
Now we are in spoiler territory.
It's been 3 weeks. I think it's okay.
That's what it's our last episode. Get mad at us. We're not gonna exist anymore.
Yeah.
So we're gonna spoil Fantastic
We're
Four.
done. We're done after this.
Iron Man dies.
But we did see Johnny Storm go super fast, pick up the baby, transfer it, and then bring him to the new building, right?
Yes.
And then Galactus realizes that's not the right baby.
Yes.
Why didn't he fly over really fast to take the baby elsewhere? Why was
Because that wasn't part of the plan. Because how was they able to tell? Wasn't Johnny incapacitated, right?
No, he was flying, and he was trying to fight Galactus instead of rushing to grab the baby.
Yeah.
And Sue was driving on the ground, not flying in the flying car. She was driving, and then at the very last second before Galactus grabs her, she starts to use the car as what it's supposed to be, a flying car. And the Thing was trying to throw a car at it, not doing any help to rush towards the baby. It's just
Yeah.
like, what is going
It's
on?
hard. It's hard to choreograph combat, and I will say, I think my dad and I talked about it. There wasn't enough. First of all, we did not see enough of Mr. Fantastic powers. I know it's kind of weird to CGI and figure that out, but I feel like you kind of got it to work. Let's just see more of it. I hope we see more of it.
I thought the
in his later
Things CGI looked really good.
No, really good. I mean, I think nothing will beat how he looked in the OG series when they did the prosthetics.
With the practical, yeah.
The practical costume looked really good, but I like that they kind of went, like he kind of looked like his character design from the comics. Like I really like that. And then, so I thought they did the Thing really well. Yeah, like that CGI looked good. And then Galactus looked amazing in it. Like, and I didn't realize this.
He's practical.
And it was practical too. Like it was just the actor in a costume and stomping over Minnie's kind of Godzilla.
They
style.
scaled him 300%. Or I guess actually probably 1,000.
Yeah. So no, all the character design and like all of that was really cool. Yeah, and it just, I don't know. I was expecting, and this is kind of Marvel me now, in terms of how it affected the whole of the series. I wish there was more into spoilers for Thunderbolts.
Oh,
Wait,
I haven't seen Thunderbolts.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, now I can't talk about that in front of him.
Yeah, because I can't skip.
There was just, I was hoping there was more connecting it to how are we going to get to Doomsday. There wasn't
The
enough
end
of that.
credit, but I only saw the mid-roll credit, so it was the final.
The end credits was nothing. It was
What
like
was the final
it was
one?
the
Do you
theme
know?
song to the in fiction cartoon of the Fantastic
Oh,
Four.
the very final one was
The very final.
Oh,
one
okay.
was that.
So I was surprised to see not Doctor Doom, and I mean like Doctor Doom was expected to be
Yes,
at
and
the-
make an appearance. I mean, he's a Fantastic Four villain at the end of the day.
But I didn't realize that the mask RDJ revealed was the actual mask that they're using for the movies, because
Yeah,
I thought the mask that he had was just kind of like a cheap whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that
From
mask
behind-
was very weak.
From behind, I will say Doctor Doom's costuming, just from the behind shot, didn't look great.
Yeah.
And they confirmed that was Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
in that
he
scene.
was. They brought him in.
They brought
That's
him in
funny.
for that scene. That was him in front of Franklin. And from behind, yeah, it didn't look. I mean, granted, I didn't see the full suit, so maybe when he turns around, we'll see a full kind of metal suit
Yeah.
under there, and it will look better. But yeah, it was just very underwhelming. I mean, you're trying to get this guy to be the next. The only reason that moment was intimidating is because you have just said Doom is the big bad. And so the only moment, have we not been recording this whole time, Dixon? Okay, he's figuring something out here. But everything else has been like, does that make sense? Like, we knew Thanos showing up was a big deal when he finally showed up, because he was the one who staged the attack on New York. He's the one who Ronan worked for in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's the one that he got the Infinity Gauntlet. They showed all these things, and so when he shows up in Infinity War, it's, oh no. We haven't, unfortunately, seen any of Doom because of how things have worked out. And so Doom just, again, they need to find a way to introduce Doom effectively into this franchise. And the fact that that was our first seeing of Doom in the entire MCU is a little disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I liked it. But I liked the movie overall. I thought it was a strong movie. I said my main criticism with the plot was, there was the whole conflict of the movie is how do we deal with Galactus? And it just felt like it was, this plan didn't work. Let's try this plan. Okay, that plan didn't work. What if we slightly change the plan so we could say, okay, that plan didn't work. It was just like setback after setback after setback, which I understand what they were going for, because Galactus is kind of this existential villain. Like, he's kind of this existential dread, and it's kind of hard to do something with that villain. But it just felt like it got a little old every time the plan didn't work the way it was supposed to work. But no, I enjoyed it. Like, I had fun with it.
Superman was better.
Superman, I think, was the better movie.
Out of the two superhero
Out of the
movies
two
this
superhero
summer.
movies. I am excited, though. I think Brand New Day is shaping up to be better than Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four if they pull it off.
Did you write your clues for the clue game?
I did not write my clues for the clue game. But how about
Okay.
you just
I'm
do the
gonna
clues
do
this time?
mine, and then I'll pass it on while we talk about Fantastic Four. And then if we don't have it done, we can do it at the very end. How about that?
Okay, wait, so what do we do? I didn't understand that.
I'm going to write mine, and then I'm going to pass it on, do a new page, blank page, let you write yours,
Got it.
and then we can do that.
But if you heard about Brand New Day,
I saw the costume.
so new costume for
Looks good.
Tom Holland. Looks amazing. We have him in the cast, obviously. We have
Zendaya.
Punisher. Zendaya, did she get recast?
She's back. Yeah,
She's
there
back in
was
it.
a photo from the set.
Okay. Punisher's going to be in it. The Hulk is going to be in it.
Oh,
Scorpion is going to be in it. Which is a really fun, and it's Michael
Scorpion
Mando
is-
as Scorpion.
yeah.
From Better Call Saul, Michael Mando, that actor. So Scorpion's going to be in it. I think another Marvel villain, but I can't remember. Another Spider-Man villain, but I can't remember who. And then Sadie Sink is in the cast. No one knows who she's playing.
I thought she was MJ. I thought that was confirmed.
No, Zendaya is MJ.
No, she's the director confirmed. Even way back in like Homecoming, they were like, "This is not the actual like MJ. Like that's just a nickname. Like Mary Jane is. I'm pretty sure Sadie Sink's playing actual Mary Jane.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That's what I heard at least.
All right. If
Which
that's
is
not, if that's true, okay. My theory is that this is as good as time as any to introduce Black Cat into the Spider-Man story.
Sadie Sink.
So I think Sadie. I mean, look. Again, like hair color does not matter.
No.
Like if you could change hair color,
Yeah, I
it's
guess
fine.
that is true.
Yeah.
that is what we said about the Zelda movie.
That's what we said about the Zelda movie. It's like hair color does
I'll
not
let it
matter.
pass.
Sadie Sink, I think, could do Black Cat very well, and I think this is the great time. She's kind of this weird secondary love interest to Peter always, and having kind of this weird reset on him and MJ's relationship, and he's not sure what to do about that, and he's kind of at a moment where he's like willing to let her go for a little bit. Is now I think an interesting time to introduce Black Cat.
Yeah.
So I hope my theory is that Sadie Sink is going to play Black Cat if that story that she's Mary Jane isn't true or whatever. So we'll see. I'll be interested. I really hope what they're doing is that Hulk has gone crazy again. Like we have another Age of Ultron moment where they've somehow figured out a way to mess with Hulk. And so he's going on a rampage in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Brand New Day looks phenomenal so far of what we have seen and all the reports. But I would. This is what I'll say about Fantastic Four. When I saw Thunderbolts, I really liked it. And Marvel, when Thunderbolts came out, had been kind of having this every other moment. They had a really good movie, and then they would release kind of a dud. And it was kind of like they couldn't get the consistency right. So Thunderbolts is really good. I said, okay, I'm kind of a little bit sucked back into the Marvel world. If you can make Fantastic Four good, if you can do 2 good movies in a row, then I'm locked in. And I'll say, okay, I'm willing to like actually have a conversation with you again, Marvel. Fantastic Four, I would say, is good enough to say that they've kind of hit a rhythm again, and maybe they're starting to walk back to their pre-in-game levels of quality. You know, they're back
Starting
to their
to.
pre-COVID.
I
Starting
wouldn't say
to.
they're there just yet, but they're starting to.
Yeah. There's just a different vibe to Marvel movies post Endgame. I don't know how to describe
and
it.
the reset is going to be weird.
The reset's
after
gonna be weird.
Doomsday.
It's just like I don't know, the pacing of every movie now feels so different to the pacing of the pre-Marvel movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just feel like the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are so quick, and they want to get to things so quickly. And I feel like this is every movie. I thought Superman was like that. Like they're trying to get to things so quickly. And I go back and watch an earlier Marvel movie, and they're taking their time. Now, granted, these are origin story movies, and so that's kind of part of it. But like, let's even take like a Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier takes its time. Granted, there's like a big action sequence at the beginning, and there's these big action sequences, but like, it's a methodical plot, and it's a nuanced plot, and it kind of gets interesting there. Ragnarok takes a while to get to kind of the interesting stuff. Like, there's a lot of slow moments. Now, granted, I think Fantastic Four did a good job. I think it was a lot slower. But there's just something where it's just like bam, 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 bam. And it's like, where are we going? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I'm a little nervous about Doomsday because, well, I don't know how to feel about Doomsday. We shall see. All right, my turn.
Your turn. Don't let me see.
All right. Now your turn to talk.
What I wasn't listening. What we were talking about, Ragnarok and stuff.
What I think about what's going to happen to Doomsday.
Doomsday. Oh, it's the fact that they're already having problems where with the third act of the film, and like they've confirmed that they haven't finished writing it, but they started filming it, and that it's in production. It's been in production for some time now. I think they announced that way back early June, and they're still trying to figure out how to end this movie. That's going to harm it so much because it's exactly as we said, like in the last 2 episodes. I think it's exactly what James Gunn is terrified of, and that's why he wants the scripts done entirely before the movie starts shooting, which is why Swamp Thing's coming out next year.
Clayface.
Sorry, I always confuse that. Clayface is coming out next year, even though it doesn't make the most sense for the timeline of the DCU. It makes sense in the sense that he said it was ready to go. The script was done. We're gonna release it because he's more concerned about making these good quality movies versus releasing unfinished movies to the timeline, which will help DCU in the very long run for sure. And as we said, we wanted to talk about the 5 to 10. Sorry, I'm trying not to look at you. What you're writing.
Sorry.
Right there. 5 to 10 years in the future, and I really confidently think that the DCU will be on the same caliber that the MCU was back in 2018 when Infinity War and stuff was coming out. I think within these next 5 years, it's going to be like, and I think the MCU, the rebooted MCU that they're going to do soon, will be at the level that the DCEU was.
You think so?
Around, I don't think it's going to be nearly as popular because people have completely lost trust in Marvel unless they can come back in a very strong manner. The fact that they're going to ask us to get used and to rewatch these new stories of these prominent characters of Captain America and Iron Man, that's a lot to ask from a consumer.
Well, here's what I think. If they're smart, this is what they don't do. They don't just give you new Captain America, new Iron Man. But what you have set up is a bunch of properties and characters in a new universe that we haven't seen a lot of yet. We haven't gotten the only one that they're really planning to retell is the X-Men. We've seen a bunch of X-Men movies. They're doing a new X-Men series.
They're doing X-Men. Yeah, because that's what my dad has always said. Not always said, but he said that if they reboot it, they should start with X-Men.
And that's what they're doing.
So
it's the mutant saga. So
that's
in the reset.
good,
They've
then.
already planned to do an X-Men movie within the MCU. My assumption is that this group of Fantastic Four people will be kind of permanent stays in the MCU. So you have X-Men, you have Fantastic Four, you have a new kind of rebooted Tom Holland Spider-Man. You kind of have a different vibe already.
Yeah.
If you can kind of like do a reset after Secret Wars and say, and our new characters are focusing on our X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man, and maybe occasionally we see different versions of Iron Man and Captain America and kind of bring back those characters. What's interesting, and I heard this about some people, what they are essentially setting up is what Marvel created in the 2000s with the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, I was going to say, like the animated TV shows, right?
Well, so it was not just a show. So in the 2000s, Marvel decided they wanted to retell a lot of their older comic book line stories. And so they were like, well, let's do new Spider-Man comics. Let's do new Fantastic Four. Let's do new X-Men comics. And they're retellings of the original stories, but with, more modern writers who kind of we have a better understanding of how comic book writing works, about art. And so they did Ultimate Spider-Man line. They did Ultimate Fantastic Four, Ultimate X-Men, and then the Ultimates, which were the Avengers of that universe. They created a new universe, and it became Marvel's second biggest comic book universe. Now, granted, it was destroyed in the comic book run Secret Wars.
Oh.
What they could do is it was basically like there was an incursion, and the 616 universe of the comics and the Ultimate Universe, spoiler alert, Ultimate Universe goes bye-bye. So
Maybe it's a flip-flop.
So it's
616
maybe it's a
might be
flip-flop,
going away.
or maybe the idea is that all these timelines converge and there's not a multiverse anymore, and they kind of steal a playbook from DC. I don't know what that is. Sorry.
I think it's my
The fan. And they pull a DC and do a Crisis on Infinite Earths thing where they kind of just delete the multiverse and take all these pieces from the different properties and say, and we're just doing a new timeline, and we're focusing on Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and sometimes we'll do an Ultimates. I think the only risky thing is now what I think they should do is Secret War should be the last Avengers movie. The new team up movie should be Ultimates. And I think the only thing is now you're trying to get people into the Ultimates, not into the Avengers now.
Yeah.
The Avengers make money. I mean, Avengers Endgame is one of the best selling movies. It's going to be hard to try to get Ultimates back to that level, but I think it'd be risky, but I think it'd be worth it if they can pull it off.
Yeah. That would be very interesting to see. I think, yeah. Okay, so I think they'll have more success if they do that instead of just redoing what they did in the last 15 years. How long has it been? Like, what, Iron Man was 2009, 8, I think. So yeah, it's been quite some time.
All right.
Are you almost done?
Yes.
Don't worry, I can't see it.
Does it have like a back? Is that the like smart light thing? Where you
No,
have to click on it?
I could read it if I really tried to,
being-
but
yeah.
I can't. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not actually reading.
I appreciate your
letters.
honesty. All right. I have mine. So
Okay.
what do I do? Do I just?
If you want to go first, you can.
Okay,
That
yeah.
way you don't. Yeah.
All right. I think you can get this in 2, Jackson.
Okay. Other.
Oh, sorry. All right. This show did only a few live
Should we explain the rules real quick?
clue game
One
for
last
this-
time.
One last time.
So, clue game is we have 3 clues that we're about to give to the other one at a time. And the person who's giving them can guess, I think you're going to give it in this amount. And the person can guess whatever this character, setting, game, movie, whatever is, in any clue they want. But whoever has the shortest amount of clues and they guessed it correctly wins. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think you can get it in the second clue.
Okay.
This show did only a few live episodes, but are known to have some of the favorite moments of the host.
Say that again.
This show did only a few live episodes, but are known to have some of the favorite moments of the hosts. Or like it had some of the host's favorite moments, the live episodes.
Oh, okay. Next clue.
This show featured fellow creators Crispalicious and Bandy Bricks.
Oh. Show.
Are you're joking right now? Right?
Oh. Yes, I know this.
What is it?
Wait, was he part of? I mean, I know Chris Malicious was, but was okay, I know.
Technically,
okay, well, heard about it.
heard about it. Yes,
Yeah.
this is indeed heard about it. The show is hosted by Jackson and Walker and features 33 episodes.
Very
Now,
nice.
Heard about it.
What was
and
the third one?
That was the third one.
Oh, okay.
The show featured. Yeah, I was about to say if you didn't get that
That's
second one, I
nice.
was like,
Yeah, no, because I forgot B&D Bricks was in it, but that was the vlog, right?
the vlog. He was in the
Okay.
vlog,
And
and
then
then we had Crispalicious in
He
the
was
vlog,
in the vlog
and
and
the
live episode. Okay.
And then I've done content on Crispalicious' channel, and Bandy Bricks has done content on
yeah.
Crispalicious' channel, and it's a lot of fun. Speaking of, actually, I'll do a little plug-in for my friend. Bandy Bricks has rebranded his YouTube channel and has now started a kind of a fantasy review, book review channel called iCast Fireball. Y'all should check it out. It's very entertaining. He has really great opinions, really great videos, really great content, does a lot of fun stuff. You should check him out. Used to be called Bandy Bricks, so if you already subscribed to him, you should now be automatically subscribed to iCast Fireball. But for newcomers, you should go check out his new kind of rebrand of the channel, iCast Fireball. There should be a frog in the panel. All right.
And then after I do my clues, I have a special announcement.
Okay.
Oh, this thing's about to die. Very good. Not really.
Hopefully I can solve the clue.
Okay, I think you can do it. I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
I am a character from the Mario series, but only from 2 games. It sounds broad, but when you think about it, it's actually pretty.
Let me think
niche.
about this. Are we counting in those 2 games? In those 2 games, are you counting any spin-offs? Or is this just mainline Mario
Anything
games?
that has Mario in the title of the game.
Okay.
Smash Bros does not count.
Okay.
Not saying that he's in Smash Bros.
Next clue.
I will not intentionally harm you, but if you get close, it may hurt. It's a pretty tough.
Oh, I got it. I got
Are you
it.
sure?
Yes. So the two games are Mario 64 and Mario 64 DS, and the character is the N64 Mario Koopa Troopa.
No.
No?
No.
What is it?
Do you want to try a third clue?
No, I lost. So
No,
just
I
give
know,
me-
but I want to see if you can get it.
Okay.
When you kill me, I will give you a semi-great reward
Semi-great reward.
or treasure would be a better way to say it,
So it's like a half something.
or a large treasure, or some would say coins.
Don't say anything. Not a mystery block. It's a character. No, what is it?
So this character is from Super Mario 3D World and Mario Kart World, and it is Coin Coffer.
Are you sure Coin Coffer isn't in any other game?
Those are the only two.
No
games.
other spin-offs?
No, nothing else. I mean, you could look it up. I could be completely wrong, but I'm
gonna check
very
that.
confident.
But I want to make the point that those first two clues also apply to N64 Koopa Troopa. He does not actively harm you, but I believe he can do damage if you get too close. And only if N64 Koopa Troopa only appears in Mario 64 and Mario 64 DS.
Yeah, which those are kind of the same. Actually, they're pretty different.
They're different games.
They're pretty different.
So hold on. Mario Coin Coffer
You
appearances.
can move it down.
It's fine. Then they'll know I'm short. All right.
Go to the wiki.
Super Mario 3D Land, New
Oh,
Super Mario
there's a
Bros,
land.
Super Mario Bros 3D World, plus Super Mario, and Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but you still would have gotten it even if I said
Shame.
4 games. I'm sorry.
Shame.
Hey, I don't
shame.
have my phone on me to be able to look that up, so that is my bad. I apologize. Do I get disqualified for that, or is that big enough?
I think that is a disqualification.
Really? Okay.
I absolutely think that is a disqualification
Of my clues or of my victory against?
of your victory against.
So
you.
neither of us won.
It's a tie,
It's a tie.
as it should
On
be
the
at
last
end.
episode, it's a tie. Which leads me to my next thing I want to talk about. Big announcement for me, at least.
What does that have to do with ties?
Nothing. I'm just-
And we're getting lazy. He used to be the king of segues, and now he's getting lazy on the last episode.
I have been working on a game for about a year and a half now.
What?
And I started it way back last February. And it is coming out very soon. I want to say it will definitely be out before the end of August.
Soon.
I'm going to play a teaser trailer right now. Sorry for the audio listeners. You might want to just go and look at the YouTube video just to see it. But I'm going to play it right now. And here it is.
Wow. Whoa. What an amazing. That was incredible. Seeing every second of that made my heart
How many
Pound.
seconds of it?
30 seconds of it. Was it 30 seconds?
I don't know.
didn't
It's
see
not
it.
even. I haven't even made it yet, so it'll be made soon.
But no.
But it will be there when you watch. Confusing editing time.
There's also, if you'd like to know, well, you don't want to plug that. Never mind.
yeah.
We'll ignore that. Anyway,
But
I'm excited.
the game's coming out soon. I'm going to link the itch page because I'll have the itch page up. Also, the Game Jolt page, which this is. Have you heard of Game Jolt?
I've not heard of Game Jolt. Let's
So
plug Game Jolt
Game
right
Jolt
now.
is a very, very cool platform, and I had never heard about it.
Yeah.
Heard about it.
Heard about it.
Until literally like 3 days ago. I saw something on it. And I was like, I'll check
Yeah.
that out. Because I at least want to put on like as many platforms as I can. I'm not doing Steam. It won't be on Steam because I don't want to pay the $100, and it's a free game. So download it anyways.
Yes.
Run on Mac, Windows. I'm going to do both. Game Jolt is essentially a social media for creative people. That's
Oh.
it. So art, music, video games. Gaming is the main one, obviously. Game
Yeah.
Jolt, but there's still like art and music and
That's cool.
a few others, and like you can like make your presence known, and people will hire you. They also run game jams, and they have one of the coolest policies for purchasing games on there.
Yeah.
All you have to do is link your PayPal. I don't have a PayPal, but you link a PayPal, and then they do your taxes for you.
Oh,
On the game, like for the game, you get to choose, but they take a maximum. They won't take any more of a 10% cut.
okay.
They say you're not allowed to give us any more money.
Okay.
And you don't even have to take the cash that they give you from the game from other people buying. You can instead use that money as Game Jolt money and buy other games and services on the platform instead.
That's really nice.
It's
a really cool platform.
Barely anybody apparently it was really popular back in 2018, 2017 for FNAF fan games. Eventually it started to die out, and I looked up why. People said there was a lot of 18 plus, like it was filled with 18 plus things. And I looked through so many games, I could not find a single one.
Weird.
I don't know why people are not on it, because I think it's better than Itch in my opinion.
Okay. Wow. Well,
I think it's very cool.
go check it out on either Itch or Game Jolt if you're still on that. But no, I'm very excited to play it. I was supposed to play it this summer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, gaming schedules as they are, it has kind of been the Silk Song of my personal life.
Your personal life.
It's been because Silk Song is not.
I
the
got
Silk Song of my
compared to
personal life.
Silk Song. Wow.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at
how
that.
good this game is going to be, guys. It's getting
It's not
compared
gonna
to
be
Silk
that
Song,
good.
in
It's
that
not
it
gonna be
is
that good.
non-existent. No, I'm kidding. But that does bring us into a good segue. As we said at the beginning of the episode, we're not going to be here for the next few years, so
Yes.
we're not going to get to talk about what's going to happen in the future. So we want to talk about what do we think is going to happen in the future for gaming and film, because it's technology. and
Hollywood's
it's
going to crash and burn, and there will never be another movie made again.
Really?
No.
No. Here's one thing. If we want to start with film, here's an interesting thing. I think I saw a report that the cinemas, and this is about cinema and not the film industry. So I think the film industry is going to go some drastic changes possibly. But they're talking about the cinema kind of like box office not reaching pre-COVID numbers until about 5 or 10 years. Just to get back to pre-COVID numbers.
That makes sense.
Can it weather the storm? I mean, it's just like, why are studios making movies now? The goal of a movie is to make money.
Yep.
There been a movie out that you can think about that has made money.
Superman.
Did it end up okay?
It's doubled its budget
Okay.
from the box office.
And it's okay, so it's doing really well.
Yeah.
And also, you now have a franchise and a character you can sell merchandise off of, and it increases your sales of probably everything. Yeah.
I was walking around Target or something, and another stores, I think Walmart as well, and I was looking at the Funko Pop selection.
Yeah.
Both stores sold out of Superman.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
completely.
That's impressive. No, I just wonder, and I think we're going to have to talk about it, kind of the elephant in the room, AI in both of these industries. It's just going to be interesting. It seems like from the trailers I see and in the movies I see in trailers, we're getting back to a sense of normalcy in Hollywood after COVID. People need to go back and watch these movies. And it just feels like they're not watching these movies. And are we going to get to a point where there's just going to be an agreement between studios where it's you pay for our streaming services and we'll churn out movies? And is it going to be
streaming services are not sustainable at all, though.
They're not, though?
No, they don't make enough money. The people who work on those TV shows and movies specifically for the streaming services, they barely get a payout at all.
Yeah.
Because think about the amount of content that they have to support on that, and streaming already costs so much money, especially for it's a standard now to have 4K streaming definitively, and the only way they can still do 4K without paying an arm and a leg is to lower the bit rate like crazy, which is why I've seen something on Netflix. My sister was watching Stranger Things, and I was looking at it, the image quality is awful.
Really?
It is so bad because they just drop the bit rate because they don't want to have to pay for this expensive 4K streaming. And mind you, it was in a darker scene, so it's more noticeable, but still it was so blocky across the entire screen. It was pretty bad.
So you don't think cinemas are going away anytime soon? You think we're going to
I mean, they could go away as well, that's the problem is people don't want to go to a cinema anymore.
It's just too expensive.
It is expensive.
I would like if the movie ticket to go see in a regular movie theater any movie was $12. I'd go see movies all the time.
AMC is doing the promo of the $5 like Tuesday,
Tuesdays,
Wednesdays,
right? Yeah, and that's great. But it just does feel like it's just like, oh, you want to go see this movie in IMAX, $25
But
just
that
for
is-
the ticket.
That is where you have movie creators that you can trust and count on for like a true cinematic experience. Where like Nolan comes in, they drop the tickets for the true IMAX.
Yeah,
like
70
the select
millimeter,
like
and
12
they're
of
already
them.
sold out.
They sold out, and it's not coming out till next year, which is like mid next year, and that's insane that people already booked a
It's
weekend
also-
for that.
There's also, I just feel like it's a lot of the same directors. I feel like I haven't heard a lot of great new names in directing recently that I've really liked. I will say the one that I'm like now have my eye on is Ryan Coogler. Like for him to come out and do
Oh,
Sinners
I need
as
to
a
watch
fully original
Sinners. I need to watch
movie, and to him like make this big IMAX blockbuster that wasn't like it was. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but for it to be like a legit IMAX movie that isn't really connected to a franchise, for him to just make that.
He did Black Panther as well, right?
He did the Black Panther movies and the Creed movies,
Okay.
but this was his first kind of fully original thing.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And so I think I like him. Jordan Peele's got a new movie. That's exciting.
Markiplier could be the new.
Markiplier could be the next director.
I feel like Iron Lung is also kind of like Silk Song.
It's the Silk Song of movies,
Yeah,
man.
it's like, ugh. Do you think it's coming out by the end of this year?
No. I
By
don't
the
think
end of the 5 years?
I don't think it's ever coming to theaters. I've told you that.
You really don't think so?
I don't think he's ever
You
going
don't
to
think
get a
he's
deal.
not gonna?
I don't think he's going to get. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm just a realist, and I'm just like, I think Markiplier maybe has underestimated the difficulty it is to get a movie into theaters. I don't understand why he doesn't try to submit it at festivals. That's how you do the movie. That's how you get a movie.
He says progress is being made.
But I think what Iron Lung needs to do is go to a festival and get picked up. Like that's what Friendship did. That
Yeah.
movie that I saw that I loved. It went to the festivals first, then A24 picked it up for
That's
distribution.
how the short film of Whiplash,
And that's how Whiplash
started.
got
and then
greenlit.
La La Land, which I consider a perfect movie, got made after that.
Yeah.
Same director, same writer.
That's talk about one of the biggest losses was the fact that I don't think Damien Chazelle has really gotten to do anything after Babylon.
Yeah, I mean Babylon came out last year.
No,
2 years ago?
like 3 years ago,
Oh,
like 2021. And he has said in an interview, "Yeah, no one's trusting me with big budgets anymore."
really?
After
Because Babylon
it was such a dud. Even though I've actually heard like people have come back around to it and said, "I don't know why we were so negative to it. It was actually really good."
Oh, okay.
So I need to go and watch it. But
I need to watch First Man. My
yes.
family watched it and they said it was good. I need to watch it because I really like space stuff. I think that'll be really cool.
I really think where you're going to see, and not just in movies, but I think the real thing in movies that are really going to change in the next 5 to 10 years, and this is a very is animation and animated movies. Disney, I don't know what they're doing, but if Beyond the Spider-Verse can pull off the third, can be great.
It got delayed again.
It got delayed again.
I think that's what I heard.
That's good, but if they can pull it off, they probably have one of the greatest movie trilogies on
And
their
then-
hands. And the
Yeah.
fact that Into the Spider-Verse single-handedly changed how we looked at how animated movies should be made entirely, right?
Mhm.
Insane. And so then you get there's so much unique animated films coming out these days, and Disney needs to actually figure out where's your place in all
they're
this.
For the next, or speaking about animated films, next year, I believe on the same day or the same weekend, next December, Shrek 5 is coming out on top of, I think, Ice Age 6.
Gosh.
So we'll have another Barbenheimer kind of thing, except with Shrek Ice. Shrekage.
But like
Shrekage.
Shrek 5 doesn't look that good to me, honestly.
I mean, they've only had a teaser trailer, to be fair. So
Only
I'm gonna give it
teasers,
the
that can't be
benefit
fair.
of
The
the
benefit of the doubt.
You know,
we don't need an Ice Age 6, I can tell you that.
We've had too many Ice Ages. Yeah, I don't think they should have changed the art style to match Puss in Boots at all. I think Puss in Boots was its own thing enough to be able to kind of become its
Yeah.
own art style, and they're trying to do the same thing with Shrek. Shrek was very well known for its basic 3D modeling,
Yeah.
but like that kind of gave its character. you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, what we're looking at is Spider-Verse is the next Shrek. So you had this trend of okay, 2D animation is getting, by the 90s and 2000s, you're like, okay, 2D animation is getting really cool. We can do some really cool stuff. And Shrek said, no, sorry, we're going to go this way of kind of doing these kind of not realistic, but this very smooth, very streamlined 3D anime. And then we perfected that. And it's like, man, it's getting really good. And Spider-Verse said, well, no, 3D animation can actually be really creative and we can explore different art styles with it.
2D.
What?
You said 2D. You
No, I'm
mean
talking about
2D.
Spider-Verse, 3D.
Oh, you're so.
So I'm saying 3D. Well, I'm saying it started out 2D animation, but then we said we're going 3D. And then we said, okay, 3D can get really good and really sharp and really realistic looking. And then Spider-Verse came along and said, well, no, 3D art styles, I think are actually really cool and we can change that up. I think what Disney needs to go back and look at is say, hey, I think there's still actually a lot of appreciation of what we could do back with 2D animation back in the 90s. Like you look at like Prince of Egypt. That movie is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
It looks flawless. It came out in 1995. It came or 97, like 20 years ago. Could you imagine if Disney had the budget and put the time and energy into like actually refiguring out how 2D animation works and making like this gorgeous looking 2D animated film? Because there's rumors about that. I don't know if it's true, but there's rumors that Disney is trying to
I
move
think
back
they
to
were
2D animation.
Going to after the flop of Snow White live action.
Yes.
And then Lilo and Stitch came out and it did really well. And now
How to Train Your Dragon, they were like, well, maybe
How
we
to
can
Train
keep
Your
going.
Dragon came out, and they had after Snow White they had canceled the live action Tangled remake, and now it's back in production.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what Disney, but Disney really need to figure out what they're doing animation wise. But I think animation is going to take some really giant leaps. We've already seen it looking really, really cool. And like we've really seen like animated movies don't just have to look this certain way. Bad Guys, Teenage Mutant Turtles Mutant
I need to watch
Mayhem,
The Bad Guys too.
Spider-Verse, K-pop Demon Hunters, which I still need to see. Have you heard about that movie?
I've not.
So Sony, while we've been waiting for Beyond the Spider-Verse, dropped a movie on Netflix, literally called K-pop Demon Hunters. And again, I know what you're thinking, Jackson. It's what I thought when I first heard the title. I would never watch that movie in a million years. All these guys I know, are watching this movie and going, this is like one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. Not best, but like this is a really, really good, really fun animated movie. So now I'm like, I guess I gotta watch it. Like I can't be that one guy who's like, I didn't watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Is there K-pop? Yes.
Oh,
But it's like good. Like I don't know. It's good apparently.
I
It's
don't
good.
know if I could do it.
You don't know if you can do it,
I
but
don't
like
know.
that's like they're just doing all this different stuff. So I think in 5 to 10 years, I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I think animation and those movies are definitely gonna like really, I think, try to push back against AI and how they're gonna start using AI in films.
Yeah, IMAX has signed a deal with some, I forget what company, but to basically release an AI movie, like like release multiple of them. There's already a lot of boycotts and like protests that are being organized to go to IMAX cinemas and stuff, and I'm like, nobody's gonna go see it. This is the one thing I'm confident in the human species is that they are so against AI. People are not going to go pay to see an AI movie unless it's for irony.
Yeah, and like I think will we get to a point in movies where if you really wanted to, you can watch like maybe what's going to happen is movies are going to get so expensive and no one's going to watch them that you can either go see and pay an egregious amount of money to see a movie made by humans, or you can pay a $20 ticket to watch an AI film.
Yeah.
You know, or it's like free or like streaming services. Like I think you're going to see a lot of AI content get pushed out that they're going to charge for.
It's not going to be good though.
It's not going to be good, but that's the point. They can charge less for it.
Yeah, but that's the problem why people aren't going to the theaters today is because like the movies aren't that good right now, and AI is an average of everything it sees. It's not the best, it's not the worst.
Yeah.
It's literally the average of everything it sees.
Yeah.
And so that means it's going every movie it pumps out when it gets to that point, it's going to be the most average movie of all time.
And what's scary is like there's all this thing like AI can just return, but then doesn't AI start learning off of itself?
Oh, it
and
already
other
has.
AIs, and then it just starts
The
replicating
amount
it?
of AI like garbage that's been pumped out to the internet has exceeded the 50% mark of human content, and so now it's training off of itself, which is making it dumb. It's making it literally
making it dumber. I mean, if you ever sure you've seen those videos, if you ask an AI to replicate the same image without changing a thing, the image will go from the same image to something totally
Oh yeah,
unrecognizable.
and that's why again, I said it's the literal average of everything it consumes. And the more average that's puts out there, that average makes the average that it's about to make less than what it was before, which makes the content become less and less.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting. I mean, we already saw it. There's already been controversy. The Brutalist, which won some awards, there was some talk that they were using some AI technology to improve the dialects of the actors.
That's okay. So that might be a hot take. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's an okay way to use it, but AI is. I think it's great when it's used as a tool.
It's going to be used as a tool in movie making, and I think and here's what's sad is like it's probably going to start getting used in CGI, but they don't need to make it a full replacement. What they need to do is learn how to use it as assistant because clearly you are overworking and underpaying CGI.
And it's taking so long.
It's taking so long, and you don't give
such a brooding industry.
Because if you look at, people have talked about, and we're not the only ones talked about this, if you look at early 2000s or 2000s to early 2010s CGI.
Davy Jones,
the Transformer movies.
Yeah.
They looked amazing and very, very realistic. And it just feels like we can't.
And now we see something like The Flash or the CGI baby and Fantastic Four.
And it's just like, why? And I like that because of that, there's been some push to go back to practicals. It's been like CGI is getting too messy.
Alien
But
Isolation.
CGI can actually do some cool stuff if you give it the time. I rewatched the Lord of the Rings movies. Now, granted, there's CGI in it. It can be very dated. But let's look at the main CGI proponent of that movie, which is Gollum.
Yeah.
Gollum still looks amazing for a CGI character made 25 years ago. They were working on him like nearly 30 years ago. They're trying to figure out the motion capture. And of course, they did it fully right. They had Andy Serkis on set for all of the scenes he was in, and then they recorded him in a soundstage doing mocap, and then they just transposed his acting in both. It just made sure, and they took a lot of time to make sure that both performances.
I'm not gonna lie, when I watched The Lord of the Rings as a kid, I thought that was just a lot of makeup.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it just kind of.
I mean, as a kid, that's believable.
Yeah, I will say, I think the Balrog does look a little dated. Still looks really cool. He's mostly shadow, but even still very imposing.
Yeah.
Some of the action sequences, you're like, okay, that's clearly
stuff. And Lord of the Rings is practical. Like
there's a lot of practical, but
that's kind of where The Hobbit faults at, is that a lot of it's CGI and it doesn't look that good.
Yeah, but I don't know what the future of CGI is. I think AI is going to play a big role in that, and I think maybe there's going to be a step away from using CGI less and going practical.
Yeah. Sorry. Like the Alien movie called, I said Isolation earlier. Alien.
Romulus. Revenant? No. Romulus, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Sorry. I had to get it right.
Yeah. Because there was the practical.
And they're doing they're doing another one, continuing that one, I believe. And have you seen that one?
I'm not. I haven't seen any of the Aliens.
Oh, you need.
But I've heard that apparently their plan is to do Alien versus Predator again, but do it right.
Yeah.
Because they've started this really great Alien franchise and this really new great reboot of Predator.
Oh, the reboot of Predator sounds. I haven't watched it.
Prey is apparently amazing.
Like so good.
And then the new Predator Badlands looks amazing. Okay. So those are the same director, and so they're kind of.
I don't think the original Predator is that good.
Really, I've never seen it.
I've seen the original Alien. Original Alien's pretty dated as well. I need to rewatch it. I watched it the first time when I was a kid. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but I also watched The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, for the first time as a kid. I didn't enjoy it that much then, but I rewatched it recently and I really enjoyed that movie.
I will say one thing I hope we're getting back in 5 to 10 years in films is some actually good theatrical comedies. I haven't seen Naked Gun yet, but apparently Naked Gun is super, super funny.
I need to watch
We've been loving it. Naked Gun came out. Friendship came out, and it was a lot of fun. We're getting some other, not like strictly comedies.
The paper,
teaser came out.
The teaser came out. What do you think? No?
Again,
I haven't watched it.
Same thing. The paper, we talked about in a previous episode, is a spinoff to The Office they're doing on Peacock. Again, I think you can pretty much make any sitcom work if you just get the right writers and you figure out your spiel. Like someone pointed out in the comments, like, hey, remember, Office season 1 and Parks and Rec season 1 aren't the best.
Yeah.
So if this isn't the best, that's fine.
I saw the clip of the cameraman walking up to Oscar. And he goes, "Oh, not again."
I'm done. He's like,
"Not again."
Oscar looks funny in it. He does look like one of the better parts of it, but it looks like a fun idea for a show. We've seen the plot before, but Office gets kind of turned upside down by a new boss. It's kind of like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but for newspapers.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Brooklyn
You're
Nine-Nine.
not a fan of Brooklyn?
I don't
I
think it's
love
funny
it.
at all.
I think it's so funny.
The one funny scene is the Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys
Yeah.
scene. There's funnier scenes. Not funnier scenes, but I think there's plenty of others. I just love the Captain Holt, and then I like all the.
I think that's my problem. As the characters just don't
You
do
don't
it
like
for me.
characters?
I love like Andy Samberg and Hot Rod, but I can't.
Yeah.
With,
But don't you feel like we're gonna maybe start getting some comedies again in Hollywood?
yeah,
I think there's some appeal for Naked Gun. I think was really good. Friendship was amazing, and it was very different, but still very funny. I'm trying to think of, is there other comedies coming out? Spaceballs 2 is coming out.
Oh yeah,
We're getting Spinal Tap 2 is coming to theaters.
Yeah.
The end continues. So I think they're doing a good job of like trying to relaunch comedy by just. I think they're going to use nostalgia, but I would like them to ultimately go back to kind of original comedies.
what if they did an Airplane 3? I don't know if they could do one.
There's already an airplane. They did like
Airplane
3 airplanes.
4,
It might be
sorry.
a 4th airplane.
Or they would call it just Airplane, probably.
Yeah, they'd
If the
probably
Naked
reboot it
Gun
as
is just called the Naked Gun. Then
But no, Naked Gun is apparently like it's just like 2 jokes a minute every minute for that movie.
Liam Neeson looks so funny in it. I watched like an interview with him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to play it as a comedy. I'm just literally going to play it as like it's a serious."
And
role."
that's
like,
that's what
the
Leslie
idea
Nielsen
behind-
did in the original, and that's how it's supposed to like. I think Bryan Cranston said one time when he was doing Malcolm in the Middle, which is very goofy. He played a very goofy character in that, and he was like, in live comedy, you can kind of break a little bit, and you can kind of be in on the joke with the audience. It's live. He's like, when you're doing a comedy, like, and you're just filming it straight up, he's like, it's not a comedy to the character. Like the character, it's serious, and the stakes are serious, and that will make it funny.
Yeah. My dad had been, I think he finished it, but he was rewatching all of Malcolm in the Middle, and he got to the last season, and he was like, I was watching it with him. He was like, he's about to pack up after this show and head to Breaking Bad. Like, imagine changing like from that character to that next one just immediately.
And I've seen video essays talking about Bryan Cranston where someone was like, I remember when Breaking Bad first came out, and he was like, I was a fan of Malcolm. Like, he grew up watching Malcolm in the Middle, and Breaking Bad comes out, and he's like, there's no way I can do this. He's like, there's no way I can take Bryan Cranston seriously in this dark of a role. And he said it was like he said he was proven totally wrong, and it felt like 2 totally different actors.
It's crazy.
Just
Especially
amazing.
when he shaves his head.
That's what
Like,
he shapes
that
it.
helps a lot.
But like he basically said, aside from some few mannerisms that leak into both characters, it's 2 totally different characters. But no, I hope comedy really makes a comeback in these next 5 to 10 years, because I think we definitely need that in. I just feel like we need more genre variety. I feel like there's less genre variety.
It's a lot
I
of
feel like
dramas.
It's a lot of drama and a lot of action.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like these, that's
we haven't had like good romances in a long time either, I feel like.
we haven't had a good rom-com. I think
rom-coms. and
rom-coms.
romances.
I heard Anyone But You was fine. I mean, it makes sense why they would do that kind of movie. I don't know. I would love to see some more, just more variety, and just to do, and I think doing comedy. We've pretty much had like 3 big genres: action / superhero, horror, and drama. Those have kind of been the 3 genres. We need more than that.
We do.
in theaters right now.
And that would bring people to the theaters, I feel like.
Yeah, more variety. Yeah, expanding
more
the
original
palette.
ideas,
But
It's hard to get the message out now
yes,
about new movies.
well, Jackson, shall we move
Games.
on to what do you think is going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years?
The
Here's the
gaming
big question:
industry.
will Silksong release in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes. Sorry, I was
Yes?
about to say it was an indie world, but it was not.
It was
indie
not
world.
in any world, which was shocking.
I thought it was going.
Sadly,
to
I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, I'm
be. I
sure.
thought I
they'll-
saw something. I mean, they said this year.
All right.
My word is that it's coming out this year.
All right. So you think in the next 5 to 10 years? All right.
However, I don't think Metroid Prime 4 is coming out this year.
Really? Yeah.
I was already starting to think that, and then I also saw some rumors and leaks that they were having some development issues for the final stages, and they might have to push it back another year, which
Man.
they might end up pulling Kirby Air Riders to be the holiday title.
Oh, like they're going to flip them if it doesn't work out.
Maybe. We'll
Who knows?
see. I mean, that would be very interesting.
But in the future, we did talk about consoles, so I don't want to really focus on next generation.
Next
So
gen,
let's go
okay.
past. We did talk about that in a previous episode. You go watch it. I really liked it.
more games. Yeah.
Let's more games and
okay.
more just general far out. Here's something that's interesting. I don't think VR is going to be the thing we thought it was going to be when
No.
Oculus came out.
No,
I
it's
feel like
failing and crashing
when
all over the
Quest
place.
when the Quest came out, I really had this feeling, and maybe you had it too, that was like, okay, this is the next step. This is the step that VR needed to take to kind of become the more dominant platform of gaming. And I think that as Oculus continues to improve, it'll get better. And Oculus has improved.
Yeah.
They've released some great games. I really want to play Arkham Shadow. I've heard,
I do. I want to play it. So
even
bad.
though it
Maybe
hasn't.
we'll have to split a headset. The
Yeah.
3S.
I really want to
$300.
play Arkham Shadow. It's apparently amazing, but it just it didn't catch on the way I thought it was going to catch on.
Did not.
Especially
It's
with Quest being very accessible, and it wasn't like the other things where you needed the sensors and stuff and all of that. It just, I mean, what do you think? I mean,
the price, asking somebody to pay a whole nother $300, $400 on top of a console they already own, a PC they already own,
Yeah.
and like most of the games coming out to VR were already games you could buy on a desktop
Yeah.
and just play it that way. I don't think there's these big dog AAA games that have been pushed out to VR yet.
that's what happened.
We have Half-Life Alyx.
I think Arkham Shadow. Can we
Arkham
class
Shadow?
as a AAA
Horizon Forbidden West
VR
VR.
game. I heard that was
or
really
not.
good.
It wasn't Forbidden West. It was actual next
VR
game, part of that line. And so I think those three.
It definitely felt like we needed more,
Heavy hitters.
heavy hitters in VR platforms to really say, hey, you can do quality games as high quality as you can and home console as you can in VR. I will say the one that needed to really succeed in VR, and I think would have caught on, and I'm going to sound like being funny, but I kind of have some truth here, Skyrim VR. The official VR Skyrim port is apparently not great. Had that been like a really good port, imagine how popular VR would have caught on.
Minecraft VR is still in the works.
Really?
So
that makes sense.
that could
I think that
help.
could do it. I think Minecraft to VR would be so fun.
Would be very good.
I would love that personally. I think it I mean, there's not really
There's
much you
already
have to
mods
change. There's already
for it.
mods, and like the mechanics are so simple and the controls are so simple that works.
It does.
You know?
Yeah. And like, especially, I'm sure they would put on like the Bedrock version of it, and having that kind of like social, almost like VR chat kind of aspect to
Yes.
it would help it.
Doing proximity
greatly.
chat and stuff like that. Yeah.
That would,
So VR did not catch on the way I thought it was going to.
and I don't think it will.
And I don't think it's going to become the dominant. But I feel like, and I know it was. I feel like it was talked about. VR was talked about in the '90s, and then it got talked about when the Oculus came out. And it's just like, yeah, I think it's just going to be kind of it's going to be like handheld gaming. Like it's going to be there, and it's going to be somewhat popular. But I think,
But see, I think handheld gaming is going to skyrocket over the next 5
with
years.
the Steam Deck, we've already
With the
proven
Steam
that
Deck,
the Steam Deck
the,
is popular.
the Xbox handheld, all these new, and the Legion Go S, I believe it was what it's called, just came out recently, which has SteamOS pre-installed
Yes.
on it, and it's like $100 cheaper than the Windows version because you don't have to pay for
yeah.
that Windows license.
Here's a question. What is going to happen to Xbox? Because I don't think we have done an episode talking about the layoffs. Have we? I can't remember.
I think that was in the console episode.
Did we talk about it in the
next
console episode?
generation?
I don't think they had announced those layoffs and cancellations when
Oh
we did the console
no,
episode.
they didn't.
Is
Oh, yeah, they
Xbox
did, 'cause we were
going
on-
to tank like a third of this industry? Not even a third, like half of the industry.
You just, yeah. I mean, you can't trust them anymore.
It's so bad. And
They-
it was just the fact that they were acting, and obviously I didn't expect him to like tell the press, oh yeah, we're drowning right now. We're gonna have to shut down half our studios. But like Phil Spencer to go out of his way in an interview a month ago to talk about, oh yeah, I was seeing development of these games and this game, and they look
I could
great.
set the controller down.
I could have set the
His
controller down.
words.
And then a month later, for them to come out and say
No,
we
we're-
canceled those games.
cancel
You
them.
canceled the Perfect Dark remake, which looked
Come on.
phenomenal. Like
Apparently, a lot of that was cinematic.
it was
The trailer, yeah.
Oh.
Apparently, it was like a cyberpunk kind of issue where there was a lot of cinematics for it, and it was-
Even in the first person gameplay.
a developer has like came out and said like an
Oh.
anonymous developer was like, the game was not in a playable state
Oh,
at
really?
all. Like it was
Okay.
pretty bad.
That's what. But someone just, I think Forbes. I read an article with Forbes
Is
that basically
Fable
just
gone?
said, I don't know. Somehow Fable survived. I'm
don't-
as surprised
which
as
is-
you.
that's
I was really
shocking.
expecting. They've been weirdly quiet about it.
Yeah.
Sure. Computer resetting. Sorry.
No,
that
no,
just
you're
made a
good. You're
problem.
good.
Okay.
That's-
But Fable survived it. But I don't know. Is Microsoft looking at what Xbox is doing and they're just like, should we keep doing this? Like again, they own nearly half of.
They need to drop the studios.
And they've just been buying up studios, and now all these middle level studios that they've bought, because they've bought all these big flagship ones, these middle ones, which actually I think pump out the good games,
Yeah, like,
are getting squashed.
What Hi-Fi Rush?
That studio
You
got
said that was
saved.
really- oh,
they
it
got
got saved?
saved.
They're
That
good.
was
Okay,
earlier, and they got
that's
saved
good.
because they're not owned by Microsoft anymore. But like, I think they've shut down. They shut down production on a game that was getting developed and helped made by the co-creator of Doom, the OG Doom. Like some great projects that looked like it would have been really cool, and they were just like, yeah, we're canceling
And
it.
you know what they're spending money on now?
What?
Another Halo 1 remake.
Again, Forbes said it. It's just
And-
like Xbox has shown that they don't seem to know how to manage the industry that they just bought half.
I've spoken about this before, and I'll speak about it again. The Unreal Engine-ification of games. Halo 1 remake is being remade in Unreal Engine 5.
Oh my gosh, guys!
Which, again, let me preface, not a bad engine by any means. The problem with it is the integrated meta scans and how many games use it, and every game has the same art style now.
yeah, it's just like
Every game that uses it, pretty much, because
it's
they don't want to
that-
do the work to make their own
that
textures.
was bad. So I don't know what's gonna happen to Xbox, and if they keep buying up all these studios, and it's just like if Xbox keeps trying to grow and then it collapses, and then you already have a problem with the job force in the gaming industry and in the development industry. I mean, look, we've talked about it. Nintendo is going to keep doing Nintendo things and make a ton of money and make some great games.
And Sony's going to keep making games.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And I'll be interested. I'll be excited to see as Nintendo seems to have the money and they seem to start catching up to the quality of Sony and Xbox. And we talked about this with the Switch too. Like, how creative are they going to get? You know, we've seen it with Bonanza.
I am
But are we
worried
gonna
though.
really get some
Doug
cool
Bowser,
engines?
the CEO of Nintendo, he said that we are looking into trying to cut down on developer time a lot.
Oh, really?
And he basically said we're just going to try and spend less time on development, which could harm the production of games. It's just like
No, that's what you're doing.
that's what made you have
amazing was your
which
de-
I understand. Like, it took way too long for Tears of the Kingdom to come out, especially with the
Yes.
amount of content that it just basically added on to Breath of the Wild. In my opinion, I don't think it was worthy.
The development time
time didn't make sense for it to come out in that state. I think that there could have been a lot more done to the Kingdom of Hyrule, and
Especially since there was no DLC. That
yeah,
was
and
weird
no
that there was-
DLC, and the fact that you're charging $70, you expect that this game is worth the $10 extra than Breath of the Wild was, and there wasn't. Like, sure, there was a lot added, but the substance wasn't there.
Yeah, I see what you mean there. I'm still a fan. I think Tears of the Kingdom had a lot to offer.
Yeah,
Compared,
It did. It was
the
a fun
different- And the
game.
different mechanics definitely changed how you explore.
Yeah.
that same map, and so I think that was kind of the genius behind it. But no, I'm with you. Maybe I don't know. It came out what 2022, 2023.
Yeah, 2022.
Was it only 2020? Was it 2022?
I think so.
Okay.
Let me think.
It was later than that.
24 was then. And what is this year's 2025? Yeah, 2023. You're right.
2023.
Yeah.
So we can assume it was probably a 5-year development life cycle.
It
for a
started pretty much
sequel
immediately after
built
Breath of the Wild.
around. So again, not the most development, but I
Which
think
the Zelda team they did a good job with. So I haven't played it yet. Echoes of Wisdom I heard was actually pretty good.
yeah.
So
It's so interesting. So you basically what you have now is a company that really likes making games that doesn't have the best console to use those games, right? And you have a company with the best console on the market that doesn't seem interested in producing original games that really utilize that. And then you have a company who is kind of just haphazardly trying to do both, and they can't have it both ways.
so in respective order, Nintendo, Sony, Xbox.
Yes.
Okay.
And Xbox wants to be like Nintendo, but they're trying to take the easy route of buying these companies and then just telling them what to do, which I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
just feel
not
like
working.
if you buy a company that's already knows how to make a game, just tell them to make a game. Like,
And-
and then if you don't like the final product, tell them. And like, obviously, I'm not saying just let them do whatever they want, but I feel like you buying a studio and telling them they should make X.
It's just like I don't understand their strategy.
Their
because
strategy makes no sense.
They're buying these purchases and they're canceling these games, and even the games that come out, they're not exclusive. to Xbox.
Yeah.
They stay on the Xbox platform. If they are exclusive, they're on there for 6
Yeah.
months. They go immediately to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Immediately. They're already on PC. What's the purpose of buying these games?
Like we're gonna release Starfield because that's Starfield. You're gonna release
Starfield's coming
Starfield.
out to PlayStation next year is what they're
but
saying.
what I'm saying is like you release Starfield.
Leaks.
You released that game. It's fine, but like you went ahead and marketed the heck out of that game.
I know.
You pushed it. You shoved it down our throats, and it was fine.
It was just a standard.
You're
Bethesda
telling me
RPG.
though that none of the games that you canceled that were in development, your logic therefore is that they weren't worth the trouble that we went for Starfield. Really? I find that so hard to believe. We need more independent studios. That's what's gonna win at the end of the day. We need more independent studios and we need more open
And
platforms.
That leads me to say within the next 5 to 10 years, indie studios and indie developers are going to skyrocket in success that they have.
Yes.
Like we've already seen the boom of indie game from 2016.
Yes.
And I think there's going to be there's been thousands and thousands made since then, obviously. But I think there's going to be these indie blockbusters that are going to start coming out that are like, whoa, an indie team made this. This is actually insane.
Because it's getting easier and easier to make higher quality games.
Yes, very much.
So I think, and not that there hasn't been indie blockbusters, there have. I will say I do sometimes get nervous, and there's always an indie game that proves me wrong. It's like, no, they still have creativity. Where like an indie game will come out, and then 10 indie studios will try to do what that indie game did, which kind of disappoints me because it's like you're supposed to be the original thing. Why are you? But I love indie games. I think these independent studios are what's going to drive. But what I wish we had were more Remedies in the world. You all know Remedy. And in fact, I wore my shirt today, my Alan Wake shirt. Remedy is a very large, I would say AA, AAA game developer that's not owned.
I'd say AA.
They make...
I mean, the game quality is AAA, but I would say they're
AA studio that makes AAA games, and they work with publishers, but they are not owned by anyone. They're independently owned. And they produce these amazing games. It doesn't always result in the best sales.
Yeah.
But they made... Alan Wake 2 was getting critical acclaim across the board.
Just didn't sell too well.
Just didn't sell enough.
So sad. I think if it releases on Switch 2, it's going to like help it so much. I think so.
But you have all these games, right? And so all of that gets released across the board. I just think you need more of those studios. Those studios that were getting bought up by Xbox, if they were able to remain independent, make their own decisions about what games they release and whether or not those games did get released and whether or not they needed to go into development. When you have an owner that doesn't understand software development, it gets weird. Xbox doesn't really understand the full scope of software development.
Just so sad.
Which is sad. Nintendo, they understand it. They're a software company first that makes hardware, so they understand what it takes to make the game, and they're very open and transparent when they feel like a game is not working out. Sony, I think, has a better understanding of what it takes to make games. They just don't make a lot, and they don't make a lot anymore. I will say,
what do they have? So
Helldivers 2 came out.
Yeah, but was that them?
It's a PlayStation Studios.
Okay,
studio.
So I want to compare.
They have a similar model to Xbox. They have a PlayStation Studios that's just a bunch of smaller studios under the same umbrella.
I want to compare the amount and quality of the PS4 generation of games and the PS5 generation games. See how many really came out and how many were like these heavy hitters. First in PS4 we had Last of Us Part 2, right? Spider-Man, God of War, Ratchet and Clank. Which would you consider Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank,
Rift Apart?
Or actually, Rift Apart was on PS5 only. So Spider-Man Miles Morales, God of War Ragnarok was actually on PS4.
Yeah, they did a dual release because they promised.
Would those be PS4 games? Then?
Those are PS4 games. So PS5 games are essentially
like
Last of Us Part 1.
Remastered.
Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Spider-Man 2.
Those aren't new games. Spider-Man 2 is the first new one.
Death Stranding 2, which was multi-platform, but I think it started...
It's not on game. It's not on Xbox.
It's not on Xbox, but it's PC and PS5.
And PS5. Oh, shoot. What was I going to say? So Ratchet and Clank is what we said.
Rift Apart.
And
Death Stranding 2, which just came out, so that's a big one.
Which is
Helldivers 2, which was also PC, but
people are saying Death Stranding 2 is like the first new gen.
It's apparently a
game of like
it's apparently high quality.
These consoles have been out since 2020, and this is the first actual next gen game.
Yeah, like it actually feels like, oh, I'm playing something legit here. I would say Ragnarok had that. vibe. And even though it was on PS4,
Yeah.
but like it definitely felt, but maybe the PS4 could also handle it. So yeah, it's sad that, and maybe they're just in an awkward transition phase and they weren't sure how to move. And so what I think maybe PlayStation sits the next generation out and really tries to optimize their game development
They're doing a PS6.
but maybe by PS6 they'll have an understanding we need to actually release some more heavy hitters here. And again, remember Naughty Dog's doing their new sci-fi game. That'll be big for them. I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, that
Naughty
looks,
Dog is doing a new game, so that's big for them. GTA 6 is going to come out this year, right? No, is it next year?
Next year.
Next year, GTA 6. Man,
It's gonna be delayed.
GTA 6 is definitely going to change how we look at gaming. Because GTA 6, look, Rockstar always pushes the envelope. They always set the bar.
Yeah.
They set the bar with GTA 5. This is how you make an open world game until Nintendo kind of did their own spin on it.
With
But
Breath of the Wild.
every game was trying to be GTA 5 in terms of its scope and scale.
Yeah.
And then they did that with Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 pushed the envelope. Amazing story.
I need to
amazing-
play it.
It's still one of the best design games. GTA 6 is going to set a new bar. It's definitely going to do that. And it set a new bar in the way that it's going to get talked about, I think, the same way people talked about GTA 5 for years, for over a decade, right? GTA 6, I think, hopefully enters that conversation, and then they're talked about again.
I don't think it's coming out next year.
You know, it's going to get delayed again.
Don't think it is.
Yeah,
There's
it'll
no
be
way.
interesting. I just think game development and same with film. I think AI is definitely going to play a role in how games are developed. I think it needs to be used more as a tool, and we don't need to just be churning out games made by AI.
No. Like the trailer of the Game Awards. Remember that weird AI game?
Oh
that
yeah, that
they
was like
let
it's
through?
obviously
It's,
AI.
like, so bad.
But the other one I was going to say, the thing about AI, like here's what I think AI can use. You need to write like a basic code that's in like every game that you need. You need to save time. You ask AI to do that. Hey,
Yeah.
just write this simple code. Every programmer knows how to do that. It's not taking your job. It's not taking anyone's job away, but just saves time on
Yeah.
development.
Speaking from my experience with
Yeah.
making a game, which again I've been doing since for a year and a half now. When AI was starting to roll around, because it kind of played it. I didn't start using that until like halfway through development.
Yeah.
It has helped so much time on code because I had no idea how to code properly. I
Yeah.
was using tutorials on YouTube and stuff, but it's taught me like from the ground up
Really?
my understanding and like kind of basic knowledge of code. Luckily, I'm going to school for that as well, so I'll have more of a like determined
Yeah.
knowledge. I won't just rely on AI for that, but it has helped me understand and think about code in different ways because that's what code is. It's just a puzzle. You
Yeah.
have to figure out the best optimal way to do it. You know, it's a very unique thing, but definitely AI is going to help developers cut down time
Yes.
and money spent
Oh,
on
yeah.
these games.
Here's my question: in the next 5 to 10 years, do we see a new 3D Mario? Again, they're talking about
Yeah.
it being a while for Bananas, but you think 3D Mario in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, by the end of the Switch 2's life cycle.
You think of the end Switch 2 life cycle? Do you think? No, I'll be really interested to see where game development goes. And the one I'm really interested in is Kojima has that project. I think he's doing a PlayStation where he's basically said, if someone is watching you
OD?
play the game, it'll look like a movie.
It's OD, right?
Not OD. So he has OD, and then he has basically a spiritual successor to the Metal Gear Solid franchise.
Which the name OD makes me laugh now because I was recently watching The Office again,
Oh, yeah.
and there's a part where Andy's talking to Dwight about like him and Angela because they were engaged at this point, maybe
Yeah.
not. He's like, it's weird though. He's like, well, actually, I finally broke some ground with her, and we were making out, and then she started calling me. She started saying OD, and for Dwight, obviously in context,
Dwight,
we know
yeah.
that, but he said it's for Andy, and then they start going OD, OD. You know? Now you're gonna think of that every time you hear the game OD.
Forgot about OD. That'll be great. It makes me sad that film and video games can't get in the conversation more. And I like that OD is doing that. Jordan Peele, I think, is working with OD a lot more, and Kojima definitely bridges that gap. But I wish more filmmakers could look at the opportunities that video games and stories have and realize how much it is.
A24 should start a game studio. Do they have? I feel like they have a game studio.
I don't think they do.
No,
But,
like, come on.
you can tell some pretty cool stories, guys, with video games, and you can get great actors. I'll be interested. No, it'll be very interesting.
Would
to see
that
what
be the
games-
true quad A game? Is when movie studios start to make video games,
Well, if they won't be good if movie studios try. I mean,
or like
you need studios
movie
when
creators,
they
sorry.
start getting involved and start working on it.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how video games work. I just want a fun game at the end of
Yeah.
the day, and I hope, and I know this isn't going to happen, but I really hope video games start to move away from what was the live service game and the free to play game. Not that I want that to go
so
away. I want that to be
many.
an option, but there's so many. And it's so
So
annoying when it's just
oversaturated.
like I buy the game and there's the game. That's what people liked about Hi-Fi Rush when it came out. No microtransactions, no weird battle pass, no live
Beautiful.
service. You open the game, here's the level select, here's options,
Play.
start the campaign,
Go.
You go ahead and start playing the
Do it.
game.
We're not going to spam you with ads.
I wanted to have an arcade vibe again, and I hope video games make that. I don't know if that's going to go to that. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen there, but I think
Do you
Fortnite is still
see-
going to be really big.
Yeah. Do you see a Battlefront 3 in the next 5 to 10 years?
I hope. I've been playing Battlefront 2 this summer. They better make a Battlefront 3.
They said some EA exec in a recent interview said that there's I think a Star Wars game that they're not allowed to talk about.
I hope they really refocus on what makes a good Star Wars game because they kind of been not great.
And it wasn't
Outlaws, Eclipse.
the third. Like he already mentioned the third Jedi Fallen.
Okay,
Um,
those are
Jedi
great,
game.
but sometimes it just feels like we've lost the
Respawn.
plot on Star Wars.
Which
video games.
that's what makes me upset is Respawn is such a good developer and EA's making them waste their potential on Apex pretty much only. I mean they did the Jedi games and the Jedi games are great.
But the fact that they didn't get to do
and like they had a Titanfall game that was going to come
Yeah.
out soon and then
they got canceled.
no, like come on, they're pretty good at
Yeah, what Xbox needs to do
games.
if they really want to like contribute to the survival of this industry is let go and help some studios
Just
go
fund.
back to being independent.
just fun. Get
Yeah,
get
do
your
publishing deals.
get your money from your
Yeah.
your
Let
parent
them
company,
make the
Microsoft,
game
and just start
and
paying.
just sit back and say, "Hey, we'll put that game on the platform for you. Just give us a cut. We know it'll be successful." Like, yeah, you don't start getting meddled in their development process and their finances
because you haven't made a good
because-
game in 20 years.
Well, you just haven't proven. Again, you have not proven to us that you know how to handle all these different studios. You know how to juggle these studios. But I know that our what's the future for 5 to 10 years video games was just kind of a dunk on Xbox. But again, I think they have a very big sway on what it
deserve
looks
it right
like,
now.
and they need to like it's
Like-
kind of scary what their future means for the future of a lot of the industry.
like
so.
the Halo remaster I'm talking about. Yeah, it's Halo. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it. I like Halo, but like, come on. There's so
Yeah.
much more you could be doing that money right now.
Well,
Come on.
it's the last episode, Jackson.
It
Do
is
you have
the
a
last
favorite memory
episode.
from this show? I have two. I think I have to go
I
with.
feel like, well, for my favorite memory, the vlog is always great.
Vlog was a lot of fun.
The second to last episode of season 2, the chaotic one where like
Yes.
the audio cut out and the video cut, that was always
That was
fun.
a lot of
the
fun.
Phase 10 was good.
Facing was great. Two smaller moments. I was thinking of like small moments, but the two
Oh.
small moments I love was my celebrity petting zoo
Oh.
pitch, which I think we have a
forgot
short of
about
it if
that.
you want to go back and
We
look
do
at
have
it.
a short of it.
I really like that. And then another one that we put into a short moment was during our Heard About It live episode of Getting Over It when the game over music from Undertale
Started playing right
I
as
played it right as I
fell.
lost a lot of
Where
progress.
you fell. Yeah.
But no, some great moments. Are you ready to smash these with sledgehammers? Are you not doing that?
No.
You're going to keep
I'm
it?
keeping
Okay.
these as
I'm
a-
joking. I'm
yeah.
joking. But I thought we could go.
And then also the very first episode, maybe when I said, "Speaking of superheroes," and then
And that was
gave
the
the
first
very
segue?
first segue.
The
and
very
you
first
said you were
segue.
so impressed by that.
Whoa, little did I know that would be on par with everything else. Well, we just want to say for everybody who has watched all the episodes, who have our friends, our family, who have supported us, who have been very encouraging for this. Thank you so much. Thank you for those who watch it. Sometimes it does feel like we're just speaking into like
A
empty void. But for those that do watch the videos, we thank you so much for making it that we're not speaking into an empty void
Yeah.
and that someone's actually hearing.
And it's been
what we have to
fun.
say.
I've learned a lot of audio specifically for voices and stuff, learning how to tune that.
We learned so much about
Which helps.
what makes a great podcast, figuring out what works, what y'all like, what y'all don't
We've
like.
outlived actually quite a few podcasts. I know that
Did you know?
we have been a thing we started and now are ending in a larger time frame, and during that time frame, Ethan and Jacksepticeye started and ended their podcast.
Yes.
Before we had.
We beat out Ethan and Jacksepticeye and the Talk to a podcast. Did it? Is the Talk to a podcast
it's
still
done.
going?
No, it's
We
done.
outlived the Talk to a
Let's
podcast,
go.
and I think that's something we can be proud of on Heard About It.
And I would consider this season to be more of an epilogue. I feel like 'cause
Yes.
we kind of
We didn't do a lot of
season
episodes.
2.
But we're counting it as we're
strongly.
counting this as the end.
Yeah, this is the
This is
final.
the
'cause
end.
We did say like the one in season 2 was the final episode, but we
But
said that season 2.
As always,
But this
thank
is
you for
the
sticking
end
around to
of
the
it.
end. You have great forgetting the words now. You have great what's the word? I gotta remember what I say.
Great life. How about that?
You have a great life and you have a great attention span for lasting
Great
this
attention.
long. Thank you for listening to us. And unfortunately, we will not see you in the next
This-
episode.
It's the last time you'll ever hear the theme music right now.
Goodbye,
It's playing.
guys.
Goodbye.